Psalm 72 is a royal psalm, one of the most majestic in the entire book of Psalms, attributed to Solomon, yet echoing David's voice. It is both a prayer for an earthly king and a prophetic vision of the coming reign of the Messiah. As we journey through each verse, we'll uncover the deep wisdom and spiritual truths this passage offers. From the requirements of righteous leadership to the ultimate hope of God's eternal kingdom. Verses 1 to 2, righteous judgment. Give the king your judgments, O God, and your righteousness to the king's son. Solomon begins by recognizing that justice and righteousness come only from God. In ancient Israel, the king was to act as God's representative, upholding justice, especially for the poor and the vulnerable. This is also a foreshadowing of Christ, the ultimate righteous judge. Jesus will rule the nations with truth and fairness, not political favor. Verses 3 to 4, peace and advocacy for the poor. Let the mountains bring peace to the people. This imagery is symbolic. Peace, flowing from high places, from leadership, covering the people. God's kingdom prioritizes justice for the poor and deliverance for the oppressed. Psalm 72 makes it clear. God cares deeply for the weak and calls leaders to reflect that heart. Verses 5 to 7, an eternal kingdom. May they fear you while the sun endures. These verses transition from a temporal king to an eternal reign. The fear of the Lord is not just reverence, it's alignment with His holiness. The prophecy points ahead to a reign that lasts as long as the sun and moon, an everlasting dominion that only Jesus can fulfill. He is the Prince of Peace, whose rule brings spiritual flourishing. Verses 8 to 11, dominion and worship. He shall have dominion from sea to sea. These lines paint a global vision. Kings from all over the earth bow before Him. This is clearly messianic. No earthly king has ever ruled in such totality. This is the kingdom of Christ, where all nations will one day acknowledge His lordship. Verses 12 to 14, compassion and salvation. He delivers the needy who cry out. What a beautiful description of divine leadership. The king is not distant. He is deeply involved in lifting the poor, defending the helpless, and redeeming lives from violence. This mirrors the ministry of Jesus, who healed, restored, and gave His life as a ransom. Verses 15 to 17, unending blessing, and he shall live. This line carries resurrection power. The king will live forever and be given the gold of Sheba, an image of both earthly and divine honor. His name shall endure as long as the sun, and all nations shall be blessed in him. This echoes the covenant with Abraham and is fulfilled through Christ, the seed through whom all nations are blessed. Verses 18 to 20, doxology and closure. Blessed be the Lord God, the God of Israel. The psalm ends in praise, lifting eyes from the earthly king to the divine king. This is the last psalm in Book 2 of the Psalms and closes with a grand doxology that prepares the way for the messianic expectations to come. Theological reflections and application. Psalm 72 teaches us that godly leadership is built on righteousness, justice, and care for the weak. It invites us to long for a world where Christ rules, and righteousness is the foundation of every decision. As believers, we are called to reflect His heart in our influence and to pray for His kingdom to come, on earth as it is in heaven. Prayer and personal challenge. Lord, give us leaders who seek your justice. Help us live with compassion for the poor, wisdom in our decisions, and hope in the return of our King. May we honor you by living out the principles of Psalm 72 in our families, churches, and communities. Closing encouragement. Psalm 72 is not just a song of the past. It is a glimpse into the future. Jesus is the King foretold. His kingdom is coming. Until then, we live with purpose, echoing the cry. Blessed be His glorious name forever.